good time, right?
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Shut up!
Charlie Winston spent the last 15 years of his life homeless.
I can't shake this thing.
We wanted to tell our dad's story.
Why are you gonna try and help? Why?
And it's a reflection of who Ed is. If he didn't believe in us, then the movie never would have been made.
Well, there was something to believe in. And I'm really proud of the movie. You guys did a great job.
Seen the preview for Touching Home. It's a tragic story of a self-destructive father as told by his sons, twins, who not only took their father's story to the big screen, but in doing so, also to the bestsellers list.
Logan and Noah Miller join us now to tell us about their incredible journey through the filmmaking process and then on to writing a book about it. Guys, give everybody the story behind how, first of all, you decided to even write the film to start with, and then how you got Ed Harris to sign on.
Logan? Okay,
sure, I'll start. You want to start?
No, yeah, you start. Well, yeah, we can go back and forth all day. So our father was homeless for the last 15 years of his life.
So what happened? He lost his job, or what
No, he
there?
actually worked there. He was this enigma. He's a very tough guy to figure out. He just, you know, he was an alcoholic, and so the disease had a very tight grip on him, and it just...
So as soon as he had money, he gambled it away.
Yeah, it was gone.
Sure.
Yeah.
And he actually died in jail, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh,
the last 5 years of his life, he was in and out of jail.
Yeah.
You know, more than he was.
Did you know him much at all as you were growing up, or did you see much of him?
I mean...
We would see him on the weekends, and then he would come, you know, sometimes come to baseball games or whatever. But I mean, it wasn't your typical father-son relationship.
Yeah.
But he was a beautiful man when he was sober. But he just when he was drunk, he didn't want to be around.
So the idea was, with the writing of the film to start with, was to sort of do sort of a pay homage or write a Valentine to him as a man, right?
Yeah, he knew about the screenplays. We'd written it several years before he passed away, and he used to always ask us, you know, when are you guys gonna make our movie? And we'd always say, we're gonna make it soon.
Because he had no idea how difficult it was to make a movie.
And he had lost all his self-confidence and all his pride, and toward the end of his life, he pretty much considered his whole life, you know, worthless. And so
we wanted to turn, you know, that tragedy into something positive.
So as Holly mentioned, you, from what we understand, you staked out a San Francisco restaurant where somehow you found out Ed Harris was eating, and when he came out, I guess in the alley in the back, you said, hey, and you somehow sold him on this idea. Tell us that story. That's an amazing story in and of itself. That's a movie right there, for crying out loud.
Yeah, it was actually a film festival.
It was.
A restaurant, theater,
Well, it was in an alley, and he was looking in the dumpster, so I mean, you never know.
Become an urban legend now.
Actually, he was on
Ed
top
Harris is actually not in the movie.
Yeah, no.
Actually, he was in a helicopter. We jumped on.
The Empire State Building, the whole gorilla thing. No,
So we were visiting our dad in jail shortly before he passed away, and you know, he asked us the same old question: when you guys gonna make our movie? We said soon. And he said, well, who's gonna play me? He's got to be good looking. And we're like, oh yeah,
Ed Harris. We get Ed Harris to play you, but
that was, you know, an impossible dream at the time.
It was a joke at the time.
Yeah, it was a
right?
joke.
Yeah, because you're in jail. I mean, you don't talk about jail. Hey, what's going on? You know, you just talk about everything, all your dreams and everything you're going to do in your next life. And so
our dad passed away, and then we just made about him. We were going to make his movie, and so
we put together this little 2-minute trailer, and then about, I don't know, a couple weeks after that, we read in the San Francisco Chronicle that Ed Harris was coming to San Francisco, and so we said, okay, he's our guy, we're going to go talk to him. And so we went to the Castro Theater and tried to get the microphone during the Q&A, couldn't get the microphone, and they gave him a standing ovation, and he went, you know, backstage. We figured we lost our opportunity, and I just got up out of my chair, and bro said, you know, where are you going? I said, you know, blank this, we're going backstage to talk to Mr. Harris. And
we had our laptop with us that had that little 2-minute trailer on it, and we had our script in manila envelope with all our contact
You were on a
info.
mission. You were not going to get out of there without talking to him.
We're going to jail. I mean, one or the other.
Right, but what do you have to lose at that
But
point?
yeah,
right?
you have nothing to lose. You're ready to.
Nothing. Very dangerous.
We ended up getting backstage and talking to Ed, and
was he receptive at all, or what was he like when you first walked up to him?
Oh, well, when we first walked up to him, we were speaking way faster than we are now, you know, because we're on medication. But no, it's, sorry, bad joke. But so
I think he was just kind of amused by what was going on, and I had the laptop open, and we're trying to show him the trailer that we had shot.
There were stage lights, you know, flooding out the image, so you couldn't see anything, and there's 1,500 people having intermission, so you couldn't hear anything, and so we, you know, there was a door open to the alley, and I said, hey, Mr. Harris, do you mind if we go into the alley?
Wow. Did he actually actually said to you, yes, I will go into the alley with two people I have no idea who you are?
He shrugged and he's all, sure, let's go into the alley.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so we went in the alley and there was nowhere to put our laptop at this greasy dumpster, so we just put it on top and hit play, and he started watching it and thought it looked good, and then we talked for a couple minutes after, and then he took our script off the manila he took our script that was in the manila envelope and he said, good show, fellas, and
Then how long was it until you heard back from him or his people?
He called us, 9 days later.
Yeah.
9 days later.
Yeah. So.
Oh my gosh.
So did he say I'm on board or what?
Well, originally he was so busy that we couldn't find he couldn't find time to do it, and so we went and we
said, look, we got to meet and we got to sit down with you, and so we sat down, had coffee for a couple hours, and he looked across the table and said, so do we have a deal? And we're like, no,
we're supposed to ask you.
If we had a deal,
So how were you going to pay Ed Harris?
Well, we were at that point.
we didn't know
at
that point.
But he didn't know we didn't have any money. We didn't tell him. It's one of those
You
things-
never say that. Yeah.
No.
But he was going to do it for. There's a guild minimum
Okay.
that you have to pay actors.
Which is nothing for the budget that we were shooting on.
So he was going to essentially do it for free, but we still had to go out and raise the financing, which we managed to do.
Well, once you have Ed Harris signed on, I'm sure it's a lot easier to do that. When maybe not. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no one's going to invest in these two knuckleheads. So
Ed definitely helped as far as getting the meetings with investors and whatnot, but it still took a little while to raise the money.
My gosh, this is just I can't even believe this. This is absolutely amazing that you guys were able to accomplish that. And then to put out a film that, being your very first effort, is critically acclaimed. I mean, how is this ride feeling for you guys?
Well, we got jet lag from Miami last night, but
it's just tough to kind of.
Are you feeling good?
Yeah,
I'm feeling great.
No, it's a 45-minute flight. What are you talking about?
We actually came to California.
Yeah.
But
really?
his sense of humor is all over the place.
Yeah, sorry.
But it's good. It keeps things interesting. But I mean,
I love you.
Yeah. It's something we try to turn the tragedy of our father's death into something positive.
Yeah.
And so it turned into something much bigger than we'd anticipate. It started in a really low place. We were in jail and talking, just dreaming about kind of just crazy stuff, and so.
And we made this crazy stuff happen.
Okay, so
That's unbelievable.
you made your first movie with no filmmaking experience whatsoever. It's getting critically acclaimed. Are you done with the movie business, or are you going to make more movies now? Or do you think this is like the one project you'll do and just leave it alone, or are you kind of sucked into the Hollywood machine now?
Coen Brothers here happening.
No, we love this. No, this is what we're
We've
doing.
written a bunch of other screenplays. So, Touching Home, which is the name of the movie, that was the first screenplay that we wrote, and then we had written about a dozen other ones after that.
Yeah, we want to start a family entertainment company. So make Miller Brothers, family, and just make movies that much lighter than this. But nothing about ourselves at all.
But you don't want to get into like Dr. Dolittle territory.
No, not dumbed down content.
Gambling entertainment. Steven Spielberg. He was making,
Still films with a meaning, just not your own.
Not stories. We're not going to tell.
I'll tell his life story.
And then I'll tell his.
Your life story is told by Eddie Murphy in drag.
Yeah.
Hey, we're running out of time, but we wanted to share with you all that we are so lucky here in the Bay Area to be one of the first run cities for Touching Home, and you can see it at the Tampa Theater on June 11th is when it starts. That's this Friday, and for showtimes, all you got to do is go to tampatheater.org, and you can go to touchinghomemovie.com to learn more about the film. You can go to studio10.tv, and we'll link you directly to both of those websites, so you can go ahead and get your tickets now and be one of the first to see the film.
Logan and Noah Miller, everybody, take a good look at them, because you're going to be hearing a lot more from and about these guys.
We're going to say we knew them when.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me get a business card to you guys
Right?
while I'm at it. Coming up next, the